participation, and the media plays a central role in making all of this possible. Now, from informing the public to holding leaders accountable, the media remains a powerful force in shaping how governance works. Well, today on The Conversation, we'll be discussing media and good governance. What are the responsibilities, the challenges and expectations of the media in today's, should I say today's Nigeria? Our guest here is Dr. Jide Johnson. He is a strategic communications expert and chief lecturer at the Nigerian Institute of Journalism. You're welcome, sir.
It's a pleasure to
And he's also our friend.
He's a friend of the house.
Merry Christmas to our viewers all over the world.
Yeah, compliments of the season. Sounds strange to say it, but
yeah, it's the season. And the reason for the season is joy, so we wish everybody
it's
joy.
Joy, that's her name.
Exactly, and that's why I use that line.
Okay. One bag of rice for all of you.
So you catch it, don't worry.
All right, so we're talking about media and good governance. Let me start from, because good governance, that word can be relative. To you, what does good governance mean?
Well, the whole essence of governance is to make life easy for everybody. Why did we put government in place in the first instance? Is to put in place a system and a structure that ensures that decisions that cannot be taken by all of us are taken by either elected representative and their appointees on our behalf for the well-being of the entire society. All of us cannot gather in the typical Greco democracy where everybody gather in the city square to take a decision. But what we practice now is a representative democracy. We elect a representative at interval. Some is 4 years, some is 2 years, and some other climb. But ours is for 4 years. At every 4 years, we elect our representative who take decision on behalf to make our life better. And so, governance is making the life of the citizenry better. We want to travel on good roads. We want safety of your lives and your property. You want to have access to the basic amenities of life. And what we see is that Nigerians are not actually asking for too much. When I pay my taxes, when I do my duty as a patriotic citizen, I expect government on the other hand to deliver some services for me and for you. And so when we talk about good governance, it's about providing an environment that makes every individual to feel safe, to feel secure, and to pursue our dream and achieve his fullest potential. And so I don't think there's any difficulty in defining what good governance is all about.
So what's the role of the media in ensuring good governance?
Well, it's very important for us to understand that in modern time we practice representative of democracy. In the past, there were three realms of power. The clergy, the clergy, the royals, and the nobles. Those were the three realms, and that's the landlords in those days.
Okay.
In those days, you have the clergy, the royals, and then and the nobles. Those were those that own lands. But in representative democracy, we have the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature. And then we have a fourth institution, which is called the media, which is the institution of accountability. And if you look at Section 22 of 1999 Constitution as amended, and Section 39 of 1999, it makes an exclusive provision for what the media should be in the society. One, it shall be the watchdog of the society. But there's a second part. It shall hold government accountable. Now, what is accountability? What is accountable is a combination of two words, account and table. So when you bring your account to the table, what do? Everybody can check the account. And this is what I promised to do for you. This is what I've been able to do. So the media is the voice of the people. Like I said, it's not possible for all of us to gather in Abuja. It's not possible for every Lagosian to gather in Alausa, where we are in now. However, we elect representatives into the House of Assembly, who are the legislature, who are the representative of the people to speak on our behalf. We elect the governor on a statewide basis. But we have another institution, which is the institution because it is believed that those in power can come together and work for their own selfish interests. And that you must have checks and balances. Because the executive and the judiciary and the legislature, they can connive and work in. So that's why we have the role of the media as the watchdog of the society. You know, when you have a territory, when you have a compound, and then probably you want to go to sleep in the night, and you want to ensure that all your things are safe. You have what? You have dogs to guard, and then what's the essence of your watchdog? To raise alarm when anybody wants to encroach into your compound, when somebody wants to trespass. So the role of the responsibility is to ensure the guardrails of democracy, ensure that the judiciary operates within the premise of what their constitutional role is, the executive operates on the premise of what their constitutional role is, and the legislature operates on the basis of what their constitutional role is. And that's the critical importance of the media. And that's why Edmund Burke said the media is the fourth estate of the realm. And there's another extension to that. With the advent of the social media and the development of the internet technology, we have also seen the emergence of what is called the fifth estate of the realm, and now, which is each and every one of us, based on the platform and the access we have through internet and the social media platform which we have, has enabled us to also serve as watchdogs. You recall when the president was campaigning, he said, me, I don't go on social media. My children tells me that they abuse me left, right, and center on social, because that's what William Dunton in 2009 categorized social media as the fifth estate of the realm, that ensures that everybody operates within the frame of the rule of law.
Okay, we were all taught in school that the media is a watchdog. But again, when you look at today's media, especially in Nigeria, are we really living up to that standard of being the watchdog?
Can I talk about that?
Yeah, please.
Okay,
please.
Let's talk about our immediate environment. Okay, this is a very uncomfortable truth.
Yeah.
But we need to talk about these things.
Yeah.
We work with Lagos TV, owned by Lagos State government. Some people assume that we cannot criticize the government of the state,
Or even the ruling party.
Is it possible to
Now,
honestly,
there's difference between criticism and praise singing.
Okay.
Are you getting my point? There's even what's the essence of having a watchdog that cannot bark? What's the essence of having a watchdog that cannot bark? You see, there's sometimes, dogs have two responsibilities. They bark, they bite. Now, once you bark, is that you are cautioning the person, don't encroach. And then when there's a trespass, the dog bites. And so what most people expect state-owned media organizations to do is to bite at all times. You can't bite at all times. You only bark. You bite, and sometimes you bite. But some people misconstrue the role of the media to be to bite and bite and bite and bite all the time. You bark and bite. The whole essence of the media is to serve as a watch. As a watchdog, not an attack dog. Now, there's a misconception that people have what should be the role of the media, that the media should be an attack dog, or that the media should be an opposition to the government. Your role and responsibility is to highlight the strength of the government, the weakness of the government, and offer solutions to the problems that God is. And that's why you have seen the advent of what is called solution journalism. Beyond criticism, what are you bringing to the table to make the society better? And so we said checks and balances, bite and back. That's the principle of checks and balance. And so when people talk about, in actual sense, I tell people this: most state-owned media organizations are even doing better than privately owned media organizations, and that's the truth.
When you say better,
now in the sense that, listen to this, look, don't forget about the economics of the media.
Okay.
And the major patron of the media is government. The media organization, I'm talking about private, they must pay their salaries. They must operate their organization, and in most cases, when you talk about the watchdog, so we have seen the media that has gone from being the watchdog to be a praise dog. State-owned media organizations don't organize award night? Do they?
No.
Best governor and what have you? Who are those that do it? Can the watchdog become the reward dog? So we have seen privately media organizations becoming the reward dog. They have become the praise dog. How can you be rewarding those that you are meant to watch over? Are you getting one? So we have seen media become lapdog, they become pet dog, they become praise dog of those in authority, and to a large extent, you still see that in order to have some semblance of balance, some state media organizations are even doing better than what in some organizations there are no go area, editorial blackout that have been given by the ownership. Yeah. Whether private or government, definitely ownership has control with respect to what goes out and what comes in within the organization. But I don't think that you people have topics that you can't discuss or you can't sanction. I was listening to the conversation concerning before coming on set on the River State. You see the extent to which the conversation went to the president, to the minister of the Federal Republic, to the governor of it was part of our opening discussion before we came live on set. So as far as I am concerned, we wouldn't even be broaching this topic in some places.
Some places.
Yeah.
I deliberately asked that question because
and I've appeared on many programs where we have shaken the table. Either your station here or your sister radio station, Eco FM and the rest of it. So as far as I'm concerned, there's a semblance of measure of independence. I'm not saying this because I'm a Lagosian. I'm not saying this because I'm on set. People out there know my type of personality. It's that some measure of independence exists within the media landscape of state ownership of media in Lagos State.
Okay. Let's talk about this open secret, brown envelope in the media. What has that really, how has it affected media in reporting good governance? Well,
when people talk about the concept of brown envelope, you're talking about the effects on ethical reporting. It's called PECs, trinkets, and junkets. It's PECs,
trinkets,
and junkets. Okay. In the past, in civilized crime, they don't give journalists money. They give them PECs. For example, I say, you know what, your next holiday for you and your family, we take you to South Africa, we take you to Mauritius and whatever. We pay for it.
Okay.
For you, we will not give you the direct money, but we'll pay for the holiday of your wife. Okay. Are you getting my point? So those are PECs, and those are we buy you jewelries. Women like jewelries and whatever. I buy you jewelries. I brought you these gifts and whatever. It permeates every society.
Okay.
It's not peculiar. It is our own that gifts that you give to the media is monetized. Because in our own it's monetized because it is put in a particular envelope.
So are you saying
now, but it's not. But now it's not in envelope. It is transferred.
Are you saying ethically it is right?
Yeah.
Are you saying ethically?
No. What?
It is right to receive
it's
those gifts or the envelope.
Any gift that you receive that will corrupt your sense of judgment in doing your job.
Definitely corrupt you.
No. Well,
your judgment, yes, it will.
If let's bring out 1,000 journalists in the world.
Okay.
1,000, and I tell you, not be able to get 100 that has not collected trinkets. I'm serious. It's we can talk about it theoretically, and people will talk about it. For those of us in academics, we talk about it theoretically. But if you come to the practical side of journalism, okay, if I give you an advert, I give you an advert to run on your station. I give you that advert, and then the way the adverts work, you are entitled to some certain commission as the person that brings the advert to the station. Okay. And if I give it to you, will you say something bad about my brand? Even media organization, the
organizations need your money.
Exactly. But the guardrail is what judgment does what you have collected does it have on your job? That you must be able to strike a balance.
Okay.
Strike a balance in the sense that, is this person trying to influence my sense of judgment concerning reporting this story? Or is this person trying to buy me over?
We're talking about stories now. Adverts and stories are two different things.
Well, the bulk of the revenue, listen, the 60 to 80% of the revenue for the media
is through advert.
It's through advert.
Yeah.
Globally. It's through advert. Globally. Except it is government funded. And so if an organization runs about 50% of your revenue comes from that organization, will you not affect your ethical judgment concerning reporting issues? So the tech here is this. It's very, very simple. When you make that to be the centerpiece of your practice, it corrupts your sense of judgment. Now, when you make that to be the centerpiece of your journalism, there's nowhere in the world that journalists don't collect trinkets, junkets, and pegs, and so that you will deal with the issue of incentivizing journalists to influence the narrative of their story. I'm not sure you even Bible said that good gifts corrupt what? Corrupt good manners. And so you must be able, this is what I tell my student, and this is the gift you are collecting, is he going to destroy your sense of judgment or not?
But how do you draw the line?
That's why you have a conscience.
Do people still have conscience? Because I always
do people still look, whether you like it or not, there is a voice you hear every day, good and bad. Is everyone, it's an internal voice, a silent voice that everyone hears.
Which is what I tell my kids.
Everyone hears that voice on daily basis, on daily basis. You see every gift that you are given that you have received.
No.
Are you getting? Would you be given gifts? Yes, of course. Except we want to play to the gallery. We want to say what is not practicable. I want to become theoretical with what obtains within this. In this season, for example, there are corporate gifts.
Hampers
flying left, right, and center. We not collect the hampers. If they bring, no, you see, okay. For example, you are covering the presidency, and the president travels. You know, they select from the pool of journalists covering the state house, and they say, okay, you president is going to France. You okay, we select 6 media organizations going with the president, and every one of you that go, you are entitled to ESTA code. It's official. Whether Nigeria, whether South Africa, whether United States, you are entitled to ESTA code that the state will give to you. Will you collect the ESTA code or you reject it?
How will I survive where I'm going to? It's in line of duty. You are supposed to.
And so what
you are taking me out of station, so you need to pay for my welfare.
What we against is for journalists to make a direct demand.
Okay.
It's unethical for you to make a direct demand for brown envelopes or what is called welfare. And then there's a dimension to it. And I think that the media organizations still have a role to play when it comes to this. When you don't pay your staff salary, what are the welfare packages for journalists? And then what insurance policy do you have? Who do you have for them? What is their... All you need to do is to visit NUG offices and see those that they call the veterans. Veterans, people that have practiced journalism for a longer period of time and they have retired, and you see them loitering around, go whether Lagos or Ogun, you can send your cameraman to go and talk to them. Just do a study on veterans journalists and look at their afterlife after practice. So it is important for us to also know that it's a two-way dimension. The organization has a responsibility. For example, I won't want to mention names of organizations whereby their staff don't receive PECs. They don't in Nigeria. They don't receive PECs.
I know one.
If you receive PEC, you will be sacked.
You'll be sacked. I know one.
You will be sacked. However, compare the welfare package of that organization. I tell people this is if you eat jollof rice at home and somebody is offering you meat pie outside, will you take the meat pie?
Take it.
But if you are given gari at home and somebody gives you jollof rice outside, whether you are a bishop or you are a imam or hunger does not know anointing. Hunger does not know anointing. Whether you're a bishop or you're a imam or you are a chief priest, you eat the food.
You eat it.
Survival is
Inshallah, in Jesus' name. You eat it.
So let's go.
I still want to, because we're still talking about brown envelopes and all. And so I want to link it with investigative journalism now.
Yeah.
We read a story this morning, the Dangote war with the
NMPDRA boss.
Let's say it's alleged now.
Yes,
it is alleged. It's alleged.
Have people forgotten the amount of money saved?
$5 million.
$5 million
on each of the 4 children.
On each of the 4 children.
In a secondary school in
Switzerland.
And one of the son is just finished from Harvard University.
And he's a government official.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you see, one of the things, may God bless one of my professor in Unilag, very brilliant but controversial professor of blessed memory, Professor Luku Kauchi, is of this opinion that if revolution will start in Nigeria, the revolution will start from the north and not from the south. And I like it the way it is happening now, that you are seeing people from the north investing in the economy, investing in the economy. Now imagine, nobody can bring about a tribal issue or ethnic issue with the allegation. Just imagine if it is Femi Otedola that raises allegation against this particular character, allegedly, this particular character from the north. And then you see, we are seeing people that are, based on the face value of what we have seen, we are not passing judgment, but analyzing based on what we have had thus far. We are seeing those that are destroying this economy of this of this country, because if you invest in Nigeria, licenses should not be issued willy-nilly and what have you. And it's a test case for you and I to carry out that investigation and ensure that that brought to the issue of the responsibility of the media. Imagine Dangote as the richest African, the richest black man in the world. You had to rely on the media to bring that issue into the front burner. Without the media, would anybody have heard about that issue? That talks about the critical essence of the media in good governance, because we want good governance in that particular sector of the economy, which is the mainstay of the Nigerian economy. I think the MD of DPRA, Department of Petroleum and what have you, and the person was accused of living above his even the president cannot afford to send 4 children.
Dangote said
even himself, all his children went to school in Nigeria. So it's an area for us to look into, it's an area for us to investigate. But one of the challenges that investigative journalists have had in this country, for example, if you look at the likes of Isaiah Oshuyombo, there are stories that investigative journalists that have been carried out, and at the end of the day, nothing meaningful comes out of it because of either political interference or in terms of the lack of political will for us to do the needful with respect to addressing this particular issue. This particular issue, I hope, will not be swept under the carpet. Imagine Dangote that is camera shy, Dangote that is not media friendly, and then granted a press conference and which he addressed that particular and I think that issue we have not seen the end of the day. Journalists will feast on it like vulture, and they will bring out they will suck out the marrow so that we can eat the juice of that particular story.
I like the fact that you referred to Fisayo Shoyombo and about investigative journalism. I want us to talk about the FOI bill here and how that aids in achieving results with our investigative journalism. What is the state of the FOI bill? I know something happened in April.
It's an act.
Yes.
It's an act itself that has been ascended. Look, when we talk about laws for everything in the world, if there is a nation that has law for everything, it's Nigeria. I'm serious.
But the implementation?
Yeah, our challenge is the implementation of, for example, even you look at in the South we use criminal code, in the North they use the penal code. You don't even have unified judicial system. So how do you begin to even apply the principle of this law? And if I approach a particular ministry or department or agency of government that I like to see your budget, I like to see what you have done, what do you think will happen? Would they even answer me? Would they even give me? The law is there, but it's about the enforcement of this particular law. And then we need, for us to enforce those laws, we need a viral, independent, and a fearless judiciary. And that's why some of us have advocated that we should take the appointment, the promotion of judges away from the executive. There should be an independent body from the judiciary itself, whether made up of retired judges over time, and that will be responsible, one, for the appointment. For example, if you have in Lagos State, for example, the committee of retired chief justices and so and so, they will be the one that will screen, appoint, promote,
some of them are still receiving appointments from
are discipline. But a situation whereby the appointment of judges comes from the executive, and the legislature ratifies, and the executive commission them, and so you could still see that, whether we like, in theory, the organs of government, they are co-equal branches of government, but in practice the executive is the most powerful organ of government.
Okay, social media now. I'd like to go back to that. Social media is the first to break news, whether true or not, whether verified or not. So what does that say about us, in still practicing traditional media? Is social media one day going to take over, from traditional media?
Well, technology, the media industry has always been driven by technology. Don't forget the word media means, the word press is an ancient word that means large collection of people. That's the meaning of press. The large collection of people. Then if you look at the word mass, it's a sociological term for large collection of people. So we talk about mass media. And then if you look at, when you talk about society, we make up society. It's people. And then it's just social media. It's media of the society. That's what social media means. And so technology has always driven the way we communicate, and technology will always shape the way we communicate. Don't forget, it was Gutenberg press. We used to communicate orally. It was Gutenberg press that brought about the printing press. Then telephone technology gives us the capacity to communicate
and get feedback.
Are you getting my point? And then which technology improved, we could communicate through audiovisual means, through television. And then before, you need antenna to receive your television, then satellite TV, cable TV evolved over time, then internet came, and then social media came. This is what I tell people: you must embrace technology. Technology has come to make life easier for you and I. I tell people this, so you can imagine the vision Babaja Konde saw in siting this station in Agidingbi. When he sited this station in Agidingbi, very close to the seat of power. And then look at the structure and the facility that were. I visited OGBC and I saw the structure that was built by the governor in between 1979 and 1983. Bisi Onabanjo. And same with so imagine that kind of, you recall that one of the first station to start 24-hour all weekend 48 hours broadcasting was LWT, Lagos Weekend Television. We call it Lagos Weekend Television. And so it was the utilization of technology. Now we are doing this program now. Before, our transmission was limited to Lagos. Now our transmission is available where?
All over the world,
globally. And so social media has come to make life. Technology has its good side. Technology has its bad side. It is the person making use of technology. And so if traditional media practitioners deploy technology in a more useful and favorable way, it will overstep the negative usage by those that are not trained. I used to give this illustration. You see, the secretary of yesterday that did not learn how to make use of smartphone, computer system, and what have you. They went out of job. They're just limited to typing. They went out of job. And those that embraced that became executive assistant, they become special assistant, they become chief of staff. And so, because they embrace the technology of office management and personnel management, which those typists and those secretary of those days did not embrace. So, as a journalist, if you want to survive, you must tag along with the technology of the time. Social media, whether you like it or not, social media, like you said, is the breaking news for us. The story we spoke about Dangote, it was not broken by the mainstream media. We saw it first. We saw it first, and then we take our feed from that, and that feed forms our conversation. And so I tell people this: if you're a practitioner, you don't have a Twitter handle, you don't have an Instagram handle, you don't have a TikTok handle, and then you are not practicing. You are wasting. You are wasting. It's like, look. It's like when the Babangida administration liberalized broadcasting in Nigeria in 1992, that allowed private investors to come in.
Sure.
Imagine if newspaper like Punch, like Guardian, like Vanguard, if they had established radio station, where do you think those radio stations would be now? If they had established TV station, where do you think those TV stations would be? They didn't embrace that technology. They didn't embrace that opportunity. Life is full of there's a basic thing you do in any business, which is called SWOT analysis. Strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. And so social media is not a threat to journalism practice. Social media is an opportunity, and we need to deploy that opportunity to its full maximum. Those that have deployed it are gaining from it.
Okay, you are a chief lecturer NIJ, and we have a lot of young people. When I see, especially for those who are interns here.
Are you calling me young?
No, not
okay.
you.
You are young. You are
Okay. When she pointed at me.
No, are you not young? Oh, so okay, you have a lot of old people.
I like it. No, I like it. I like
Okay.
it, doctor. I like it.
Okay. So and you sometimes when I have conversations with them, oh, what are you studying? Mass comm. Okay. So do you think that these young minds really understand what they are getting into?
Now the question is, mass comm is a broad field that the people just think about. Oh, that's what the bottom line. There are loads of profession in that particular field of discipline. For example, somebody comes, I want to be a presenter. That's why I'm doing broadcasting, thinking that it's only the presenter that does the program in broadcasting. There's the floor manager, there's the camera men and women, there's the producer, and there are loads of, there's the graphic artist. Are you getting my point? So there are loads of other things that are involved in. Okay, I want to be a journalist. Okay, you want to be a journalist or you want to be a specialist? I get my point. So the first thing I tell students, what is it that you are passionate about? Is it not what you like other people do you that you are passionate about? From your own angle, you are good at handling camera. When you handle the camera, you take the shots, you get the perfect tone, you're an editor. When you mix everything, you mix it perfectly. And so once you know what you want, you go after what you want. Which aspect of the profession do you want to be a specialist and not to be a generalist? But the interesting thing about the present age student, they love the glamour, but they don't love the dirty work, the work behind it. And there's a great work behind it. This profession requires discipline. You want to discipline, dedication, commitment. I came earlier. I was 1 hour before this program. I came and I said, old-fashioned journalism is simple. You are going on set by 10. You should be in the studio latest by 9, 1 hour before your program. You don't jump in. As I was waiting, I saw one of the interns coming. I said, when are you supposed to resume? You are coming this time. I said, this is not the standard practice when it comes to in this profession. when the required is not available, the available becomes required. And you know, a lot of people have taken programs off other people because they did not come on time. So what we tell them is that it requires dedication, it requires commitment beyond your passion. First, you know what you want to study, you know what you want to do, and then you require discipline, you require dedication concerning.
Okay, just before we go, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate Nigerian journalists in holding government accountable? And you have to be honest.
Now, 3 over 10. That's the media under military dispensation. As if this is the practice of journalism that we have today, is what we have under military dispensation, we will not have democracy. We will not have any semblance of democracy. The interesting thing is the media has become a praise dog and a reward dog. Every newspaper organization is doing man of the year, governor of the year. We weren't doing that before. We weren't doing that before. While we were growing up, we didn't see man of the year, governor of the year, and the people that you are meant to watch over are the one you are rewarding. No, it doesn't make. And then, you know, the unfortunate thing, in the history of this nation, this is the first time we have journalists in government at every level. That you have high percentage of people that have practiced journalism in government. And yet we can't see the needed change when it comes to holding government accountable. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson, for that candid, challenging conversation. We hope to have you back anytime soon, because this conversation is not ending now. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, the conversation continues.
I cannot do that one.
The first civilian governor in Lagos State is Alhaji Lateef Kayode Jakande.
I'm not sure of that.
Oh, Jakande.
Let the conversation continue.
Thanks for staying with us. Interesting conversations we've had here, and I have, one or two things to say to all those involved in the conversation we just finished. That's media and good governance. For our colleagues, for all of us, for our colleagues, we must choose either we're journalists or praise singers, or PR, or we're into PR stunts. And for government, press freedom isn't a threat to you. And for citizens, demand from us what you need, what you want to hear. And for me, I plan to do better.
You know, I always say it here. Whenever we are doing anything, we should remember that posterity will judge. What will be said about you when you have left, not necessarily when you are dead, you know, but I'm here now. Maybe when I leave this seat, what will be said about me? Whatever we are doing, remember that posterity will judge.
We judge you.